All right, I'm about 4 minutes over, but my name is Johnny Daniel, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. When everybody joins me, I will ask them, or you, depending if you're here or not, I will ask you if this is any better. It looks a whole lot better, doesn't it? It's amazing what a new phone will do. So, let me know if you're out there, if you can hear me okay, and if everything else is working okay. In the meantime, I'm getting this set up on the computer. Awesome! I love it when technology works on my side. Thank you, Lisa. So I'm getting things set up a little bit. Hopefully we won't have as much lag. And hopefully things will work so much better. If it doesn't, stuff's going to go flying out the window and somebody else can film it. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So, alrighty. So much better. I've gotten the thumbs up from Lise. And let's see. I don't see that Miss Lola has joined us, but I see that you liked it. So I'm not sure if you're on with us or not. Give me a comment. Let me know if you are. Let's see here. So in the meantime, I'm trying to get everything squared. We'll see how this goes. So, in the meantime, I want to thank you for coming out for the Elks Craft Fair if you were there. And believe it or not, I initially had a class scheduled for this weekend, but I'll be honest, my schedule's getting to me. I need to get ahead a little bit. So I'm actually doing a little bit of a retreat on my side, and so I can come back stronger in August and get some things done. So Saturday I will be, Saturday and Sunday, I will be crafting, going to the gym, or going and doing some hiking, probably up at the tram, to clear my head from sitting. So that's the plan at least. So we will see. So tonight, if you didn't know, we are doing the Carol of Christmas stamp set and dies. Now, I haven't ventured too much into the stamp set. I will start doing that next week. But I love the dies so far, at least. And those were available on pre-order July 1st for us demonstrators. And for everybody else, they're going to be available before the catalog begins in September. They're actually going to be available August 1st. So we will see how that goes. And hopefully it will be good. So, alright, so I just saw that my number went to 2. I don't know who just joined me, but I want to say thank you. Tell your friends. We'll have some fun. So anyway, so tonight we are making an ornament, actually. And I've pre-cut some things. I should say what I have, right? Alright, so we have some scraps of just some Whisper White and some Tranquil Tide. And, of course, a piercing tool. And Merry Christmas from Teeny Tiny Wishes, because I need to buy some more tiny words. And we will get it. We've got some pre-cut copper trees from the Card Front Builder Thinlit dies. That's the pre-order on August 1st that you can do. And then I got some scraps of the cobbler. A window sheet here. I don't know if you can see it. Done in the scallop, or in the layered ovals, sorry, and then a scalloped oval, so we could sandwich that window, so we have something to attach the trees to. So that's how that's gonna go. And just want to show you that some simple can still be elegant, and we'll get it going. Okay, so I've got my glue dots here. What I'm going to do is actually right on the edge here, and you want to make sure it's right on the edge because we're layering this in the scalloped oval, so you don't want stickies all over the front of your window. You actually could, if you were that courageous, you could actually do them halfway and fold them over, but I'm not that courageous tonight. We'll just say that. You do want to do quite a few because this is what's holding the whole thing together. Okay? So we are just going to build an ornament, for lack of better terms. All right? So on these, I forgot to say, yes, that's upside down on purpose. Have to say, I don't know if you can see this little tiny line here. So when you do the scalloped ovals and you do a mat like that, you kind of get an inlaid effect. If you don't want it, you can flip it over, but the edges are a little bit rougher. So you actually want to do, I like at least, the inlaid side. So I'm going to flip it over so it's backwards, so I can stick my window sheet down. Now the window sheet is about 1/4 of an inch, which means I've got 1/8 of an inch on all sides. Okay, and see how my glue dots stuck through? See, I didn't get close enough to the edge, did I? So the brilliant thing with glue dots in these window sheets is you can pop them up and you can roll them, and at least it's a little bit better. Oh, but when you're doing yours, you're going to be a little more careful, right? Yes. That's what we say. So I'm just taking my fingernail and kind of squishing it. The ones on the bottom I'm not too worried about, and the ones on the very top I'm not too worried about because that's where ribbon's going to go, or banners, or trees. It's just the ones here on the side that you really want to kind of tuck in, shall we say. But, you know. So that might be my back, right? So, alright, so I'm going to grab the rest of my glue dots here, and I am just going to put them on the edge here. And I'm going to kind of put them where the other ones are not, so it doesn't get too thick, because I don't want this really popping up, shall we say. I don't want the window sheet really showing. It's just a place where I can glue my trees. Now, yes, I did try it without the window sheet, and I didn't like it as much because the trees tended to bend after a while, especially if you're not using that metallic foil kind of paper, the copper, the silver, or the gold. If you're just using regular cardstock, they really do tend to bend. And, you know, I don't know about you, but I'm thinking, you know, if I give somebody an ornament, I really hope they're going to keep it at least until the end of the year, the season, whatever you want to say. So I kind of want it to last just a little, right? Now it's like going into my skin. So I want it to kind of last, which means I really want to get some glue down there. Because if you don't have a bunch of glue, guess what? Oh, hey, Nanette from Texas. How are you? So, if you don't have a bunch of glue down there, guess what you're not going to do? It's not going to stay together. Oh, another thing. When you're doing this, you want to make sure to get a top and bottom, believe it or not, because otherwise the scallops don't line up as well. So, you want to make sure before you stick this down that your scallops actually do line up. Okay, so there is my, with the window sheet. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, and this is a little bit of, you just got to think about it a little bit, okay, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one here and another here. Okay, so if you wanted to, you might even cut a second one, so that way they're glued front to back, and so you don't have a white, you have all copper, which I think is actually what I'm going to do, but I'm just going to glue it on the bottom, back side, so it looks a little different. But, you know, if you want a snow side, or if you want to do them back to back, then you'd have all that would work too. Okay, do you understand what I'm saying? Alrighty, so we can do glue dots, we can do pop-ups, we can do a whole bunch of different things. What I am going to do is actually do a bunch of glue dots. For some reason, that is what is taking me tonight. I actually don't want a whole lot of dimension to this. I want the trees to kind of stand out on their own. So that's why I'm not popping this up. However, if you want to, feel free to. And I'm going to put this all the way down here on the bottom. And then I'm just going to trim afterwards. Okay, so what I'm going to do is actually figure out where this is not going to show. And I'm going to put the glue dot right down on the bottom there. That's why I was doing that. Because remember, we're going opposite. Okay, so okay, so we're just going to do this, and I don't remember how I wanted this to look. Do you? Alright, so I'm like looking at it like this. Okay, so I'm going to grab my snips really quick, and I'm just taking off a bit because I don't want it showing, right? And if you don't like how that looks, you know, do it different than me, right? That's the name of the game. Just giving you an idea of how to use those dies that you're gonna get in August and make it a little bit different. So that's the start of my ornament, right? Okay. So now I'm going to grab my 1/8 of an inch punch and see if it's going to go through 2 layers of cardstock and the edge of a window sheet. Oh, just barely. Now if you have, you know, hands that don't go through too well and all that, what you want to do is grab your crocodile instead. Now we don't sell them anymore, but we used to. They're available at Walmart, at Michael's, all that. And no, I didn't say that out loud, but what it's a punch that goes through metal, so you'll be able to do quite a bit with it. Okay, and while I'm thinking about it, let me cut some of this copper ribbon, okay, to coordinate with those trees. Right now, you know, we couldn't get away without doing some stamping, right? I mean, that's a given, right? So we're gonna grab our cherry cobbler ink, and I am going to grab Merry Christmas from Teeny Tiny Wishes, that set that's like lovely as a tree that just keeps going and going and going. So, and I've got my classic label punch, and we're just going to punch out. Now when you're doing this, make sure you don't have it land in the ink. I've never done that before, so I couldn't tell you that. Hint, hint. So just make sure. Hey Steph, how are you? You must have had a long day. I didn't hear back from you. So it's okay. Maybe I'll give you a call later if that's okay. You let me know in the comments if you want me to call later or tomorrow. So no problem. Life happens to the best of us, doesn't it? And sometimes even when you're not looking. I don't like the fact that there was beading tape on that. I guess I used it for something else. So I'm going to repunch that. Sorry guys, I want all the same thickness. And I don't know if it's going to show through, so I didn't want it to have this extra little, so, because I didn't know if you saw that. See how there's some beading tape or some tear tape down there? So I just, you know, sometimes I can be detailed too. We'll just say. So, alrighty, so I am going to grab, should I grab more glue dots? Oh, probably, right? That's what we're doing tonight. So, alrighty, so we grab the glue dots. Now, not in the middle because it's not going to go all the way, because what you are doing is you are creating a mat with these, okay? I'm showing you how to stretch your punches just a little bit. So, if you grab your punch and just cut it in half after you've punched. Then you can extend and mat just a little bit. Oh my goodness, I'm not coordinated tonight. It's okay though. Now, if you get a lot of stickies all the time, I would recommend for you to get, oh, that was not straight. I would recommend for you to get one of our silicone mats. So that way you don't have to worry about all the stickies. Washes off clean, awesome product. I use it for quite a bit of things, especially when we're doing the embossing paste, which, by the way, I'm working on a new technique, so watch for that. There's a good chance I have figured out how to use the embossing powder with the embossing paste. So I think that's going to be for one of the classes or techniques or something coming up. Alrighty, so see how we've got it on the back? So we've just extended it out, okay? Now, if you don't like that, if you don't like the white showing, what you can do, let me grab my green here and punch one more. Just one more, always one more, right? You should see my room after this. I should take some pictures of everything that's chucked everywhere because it's out of camera angle. It's really kind of funny. So, alrighty, so I'm just going to glue this on the back, and the only reason I'm doing this is because, can you guess? I do not know if it's going to show with the whole ornament thing. So I want to make sure I don't have like this really gross back. Normally it would just get glued down to a card and it wouldn't matter, but tonight it kind of does. Steph, I hear you on the whole long day thing. We decided to go shopping in Palm Springs today. Spur of the moment. So yeah, I got home at like 6:30 to do all this. So I understand long days. I will give you a call in the morning. Let me know what time you get up and I will not call before that. So if you let me know, I will gladly just talk to you tomorrow. No problem at all. I live that life too, hun. So, as you probably know, huh? So, alrighty. So let's see here. So I'm using our new product of our mini dimensionals. I love these because I no longer have to cut the other ones in half and they don't roll. And half the time if I cut them in half, the sticky would come off beforehand. Oh, and a tip from Carol. If you can't get the backs off for some reason, if they're stubborn, stick your fingernail down in and the dent of your fingernail will make it so they pop right off. I thought that was kind of a cool technique. We'll probably publish that next week or something. Alrighty, so I am just going to put this across here. And if you're like me, which you probably are, I have to punch one for the other side because I don't like the whole dots showing thing. So if I was actually doing this for like a craft fair or for myself, I would end up doing a double and actually doing another front because I don't want it to show. Go figure, right? So that's what I would probably end up doing instead of band-aiding it, but because I'm doing this live and life happens, we're just going to do that and it will be okay. At least I'm going to tell myself that, right? So, so I'm looking at that and I'm like, that's really cool. So this can be an ornament. If you want it to be an ornament, you know, you could write 2017 on the back. We could do the teeny tiny letters and do 2017 up here. Ooh, we need that to stay, don't we? You probably want more than 2 glue dots on yours. So if you wanted to do a tag, you'd probably want to do the 2 ends and do a slip knot so you could still tie it later. But I'm doing this for an ornament. And let's see if we can get it through here. It should, in theory. Yay! Never know what happens on live TV, right? So, just going to tie this really quick. And if any of you have been following the contest, you will know I do not like doing bows very much. If you don't know about the contest, please flip about an hour, 2 hours now, 2 and a little bit. At 5 o'clock, I've been publishing for the last couple of days. So there's contests that you can comment on, and I'm raffling some stuff off. All the posts are going to be open until the 29th when we do the anniversary party. Yes, which is after my anniversary, but so that is tonight. Okay? That is the project of the day, shall we say. You probably want to see what everything looks like, though. And I'll be honest with you, my dies are scattered throughout the table right at the moment. So I will show you the stamp set. And next week I will have the dies all pretty because the stamps will probably be all over. So, also if you want to scroll through Instagram, I have done some other things with some other cards with this stamp set. So just a heads up. And let's see what comments we have. I am so glad it's clearer, and there's still lag, but it's not like crazy like it was last week. It's amazing what a new phone can do, right? So I hadn't upgraded for like 3 years. The guy just shook his head at me, but you know, what are you gonna do? So anyways, so yes, I'm behind on my, you know, Christmas in July project, but I took a day with my daughter. And I've taken a couple days with my daughter because I realize when she starts back for band camp, I'm probably not going to see her like ever. So forgive me for taking a couple days. I will get caught up. It'll all be fine. And we will get things settled. No problems. So in the meantime, I will sign off of here and maybe take some pictures of the mess. Because, well, you gotta see the mess. You only see the pretty side, right? So, believe it or not, I'm a crafter like you. I have a studio that holds 8 people. And as my hubby Joel says, it holds 8 people unless I'm the only one crafting. And then I don't have enough room. So, yeah, not perfect either. You only get the pictures of the done stuff. I will take some pictures when things go really, really bad. I will say that. So, all right, without anything else, I'm so glad everything's working and everything's better. Oh, thank heavens. And I will sign off here. Feel free to look on the website, johnnydanielle.stampinup.net, for events. Also working on a new blog, which... well, cross your fingers and pray and do whatever else you need to do, because if you know me with starting anything new, you'll probably hear a couple yells. So, starting on a new blog because my website I found out is not very user-friendly, and because I'm trying to do some more things and have some more flexibility. Going to be starting that up shortly. But I do have Instagram, Johnny Stamps. I do have Pinterest. Well, not Johnny Stamps. The board you want to follow is Stamping with Johnny and the Red Door Crafters, which is the same as the Facebook page. So, just want to give you a heads up. If you ever need where to hook up and how to do things, please let me know. Thank you for joining me tonight. Really had a good time because everything finally worked. And Carols of Christmas will be available August 1st. More details to come. Thanks, guys. Follow me. Talk to you later. Even in Texas. Good night.